Hi, I'm Chef James and I'm super excited because winter is over. That means we're gonna leave behind those heavy dishes that make us wanna curl up with a blanket and sleep all day. Now we're gonna go into lighter, brighter dishes. Today, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite recipes for this time of the year. I'm gonna make some Chipotle marinated chicken skewers that we're gonna serve with a yogurt and toasted cumin sauce that's just phenomenal. You're gonna get a little bit of the heat from the chicken, and then you're gonna sort of like lighten the palate with that fresh and cold, delicious yogurt sauce. Great recipe, super simple to make, and we're gonna use the oven, and of course, we're gonna use Mazola corn oil. We're gonna make a marinade. For that, I'm gonna take a blender, and in there, I'm going to add a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic, fresh garlic, some chipotle peppers, tiny touch of sherry vinegar, a tiny touch of salt. We're gonna start blending everything. If you see that the marinade is a little too dense, you can always add a tiny touch of water. Now that we start blending everything together, we're gonna take approximately 2 tablespoons of Mazola corn oil. And the reason why I like to add it while the blender's going, it's because that's going to help me emulsify the whole thing. That's 1, and then 2. There we go. As we add the oil, the blender's gonna start adding air into the mixture. It's gonna get lighter in color, and then we go and bump up the speed right away. It almost turns into a mayo. So now we're gonna start marinating our chicken. So for that, I'm gonna take a bowl. We're gonna take our chicken and directly place it into the bowl. I have some onions that I chopped. You want big pieces of onion so they stand up to the cooking process. And now we're gonna add the marinade. Mazola corn oil is an all-purpose cooking oil that's a heart-healthy choice for your family. It has a neutral taste that works perfectly as the base of this marinade, where we want to showcase the chipotle flavor. Mix it all up, and we're gonna let this marinate in the fridge from anywhere from 30 minutes to overnight. Obviously, if you let it marinate overnight, you're gonna have much better results. Now it's time to build our skewers. I always like to soak my skewers in water, so when they come out of the oven, they don't burn and they don't look ugly. I also like to find those in the supermarket that have like a thicker end to them, so we make sure that the chicken and the onions aren't sliding from one side to the other. So first, we're gonna take a piece of chicken, and then we're gonna follow with some of that onion that now has a lot of the flavor of the marinade as well. And we're gonna continue to do that all the way until we reach almost the top of the skewer. So there we have it, 4 skewers perfectly set. And now we're gonna take a tray. I like to always use a little aluminum on top of it, so I don't have to do a lot of cleaning afterwards. And sometimes this marinades can get very messy, especially, you know, in the trays. I preheated the oven to approximately 375 to 400 degrees to make sure we get a nice browning on the outside of the chicken. Mazola corn oil has a high smoke point of 450 degrees. That means that when we cook at high temperatures, the flavor won't be affected. To the oven we go, just like that. I would say anywhere from 30 to 35 minutes. So we bring it out of the oven. You see that browning on the outside? That's just phenomenal. Tons of flavor. The chipotle has sort of like intensified itself and all the flavors have come together. And now we're gonna make the most amazing yogurt sauce with a little bit of toasted cumin. I'm gonna take some yogurt, place it in a bowl. I'm using Greek yogurt, by the way. We're gonna add toasted cumin. We're gonna add some salt. Then I have some sherry vinegar. I love sherry vinegar. I'm gonna add some cilantro and then a tiny touch of honey. Now that we have thinned out the texture of the sauce, we're sort of like going to drizzle it like that over the skewers. And then we'll finish it off with a little more of that fresh cilantro to sort of like bring a little more freshness into the whole thing. Look how beautiful that looks. The best part is that we use Mazola corn oil, a heart-healthy choice for your favorite recipes and for your family. Chicken skewers, marinated in chipotle, finished off with a beautiful, delicious, and refreshing yogurt and toasted cumin sauce.